Hello, fellas. Casper here. Welcome back to the channel. Daily scoreboard, quick update. Commodities in general looks really good. Uranium today got whacked. But yeah, let's see where we are today. Very briefly going through the price action and the Twitter stuff, obviously. But first, we will see tomorrow what data comes out that could potentially move the markets. And we have some big ones coming in. Nothing much going on in my view until we reach the American news coming in. Sometimes 1 hour before the market opens, we have PPI coming in, core PPI, and jobless claims coming in as well. Two big numbers, and depending on how they come in, that is going to stir up the market big time. This tomorrow will be a wild day, no doubt about it. Other than that, from what I'm looking at, I don't see much, big things other than oops, excuse me, than the CPI and claims. Big numbers coming out there. So yeah, let's see. Daily scoreboard. Let's look into the stuff here. Silver, 3.4%. Wow. And also, we are actually breaking some pretty wild things now. We're roughly at 25. And yeah, it's getting very interesting here for silver. It is, wow. Yeah, again, my level's 26. It's right up here. And yeah, I'm pleased from what I am seeing right now. There's no denying it. Gold? Let's look at good old gold. How are you doing? On the daily stuff here, let's let's remove all this stuff here, and basically up 0.7% today. Nothing big-ish. We're still, I still think, excuse me for shuffling here, I think we made some sort of short-term high here, and that we could potentially dribble here again. Gold and silver tomorrow is heavily depending on the numbers coming out, as we just looked at. What is very good, guys, is the gold to silver ratio down 2.5% today. Major red candle. That's what we want to see. We want to get below here. You know it. We are at 87. 83-ish is our level to really start to be very bullish precious metals. Very bullish on precious metals. That will start a whole new paradigm shift to the downside in this ratio. And upwards for silver and gold, but silver will do the big numbers. The DXY down basically flat here today. Nothing much to mention in my honest opinion. It needs to start moving here, otherwise the 30 weekly will start to come down and pressure it, into the summer of 2024. But again, basically flat for today. Bitcoin still holding on roughly. It's up to 2.2% today. We're still in this, what I think, a rising wedge here, just above the all-time highs. Let's see where it ends. I do have my take that tech is going to take one to the chin here in the short term. Again, it has been so strong, so it's difficult to time it. Maybe we won't get it, but again, there's a lot of people way too bullish, especially in crypto right now. But you never know. The trend is definitely still strong, but I do think that the correction could be near us here. Very nice to see oil up 2%. Again here, a lot of stuff going on. I will not go into the details, but the neckline here from that mega inverted head and shoulders, and now we're back above. We have this tiny green bull flag here, just toying back and forth between the neckline, and great day for oil. Again, if oil starts to run here, let's say it starts to run, that should help uranium since it's also energy. So we hope, from a uranium investor, trader, I hope that oil starts to move, XLE will start to move, and then it should, lift up, or at least take the major blunt of the hit in uranium. GDX, very nice, 2.4%. Massive move here. Again, is this the start of the next move? Yeah, it's a bit too early to say in my view. But again, very strong. Also SIL, very, very strong. You can see here that yesterday I drew this potential neckline here, which is now very clearly broken. This, in my view, is not a right shoulder. It's too shallow. You need more time and depth. So this is a very strong move. So yeah, now we can just hope and pray that that line, that the potential neckline, is now, we need to hold that level. Uranium, right now it says 89, but I have seen numbers 81. Wow, so we're all the way down here. And I just posted that, 10 to 30% drops in the spot price is what we have seen for the past 6 years. So it stings heavily, but we are now back to daily reset, oversold there on the RSI, which, every time more or less we came down to those lows in the RSI, you can also see that has been lows in the retrace. Maybe it's different this time and we're going deeper, but for now it's still well within the norm. Yeah, but damn, when this updates, it will be minus, I don't know, 15% or so in one day. We haven't seen that in a long time. URNM, a lot of drawings going on here, so I will remove them. But we do have that potential now, head and shoulders. We still have the blue uptrend, which is ideal to hold. If it doesn't hold, we could be in for a major correction in uranium, a major one here. We could go down from 46 to as low as 36, and a $10 drop. That's 20%, give or take. The 10-year rates bouncing here 1%. It bounced again, that mega support that we have. It's bouncing here. It needs to get break above, otherwise the 30-weekly will start to slowly crush it, and then we potentially roll over. Palladium still looking rock solid, up 2%, 2.2. That big bottom pattern is confirmed. Now we're just getting some resistance from this really, really downsloping 30-weekly moving average. So, and we're coming into a lot of resistance here between, let's call it roughly in the neighborhood of 1100 plus minus, $30 or so. That we have mega resistance coming in for palladium. Platinum, 2%, still doing good here above the 30-weekly. Let's get some air under this. I want to see this go all the way up here, and then I want to consolidate, and then we can have the 30-weekly coming, and that would be, in my view, one of the greatest entries in platinum that we have seen in a long time, if we can get this pattern. I don't know, obviously, but again, big resistance here, and hopefully we don't retrace too much, and then we can boom higher. Copper is probably the big name for today. Look at copper. Look at the good old copper here. Boom. I wish this were uranium because I'm more into the uranium, but copper here, incredibly bullish price action in the commodity copper here. Absolutely astonishing. As long as we hold $4, it is frequently game on. It's really bullish here. We have that, I know we are in a range, so inverted head and shoulders doesn't mean that much, but again, you have, maybe it's not even an inverted head and shoulders, but you do have that kind of a ish pattern, and you're just blasting higher than the weekly. The daily stuff, volume, blasting, 2x the average. This seems like could be the start of a mega move for copper. And if we confirm here, we're staying above here for like a few days, copper could easily go to 5, that high there, easily. That is the most obvious target, the triangle high up there at $5. And then we have some big numbers up here if it gets really crazy, that upper trend line. So we could potentially see, again, over the next few years, 100% move in copper if it gets really, really crazy. And yeah, wow, that is just, there are some miners out there that will do 20x if that happens, in my view. Just amazing. Twitter stuff, let's see here with regarding to the good old Twitter. What have people been saying? I have a few. That is Jay Hinster. This is silver on the 2-monthly time frame. I never use the 2-monthly. It doesn't matter. Again here, silver, whoosh, two monthly time frame, breaking out the body there. It's still young. We still have roughly 20 days left. That's like 12 trading days, 15 trading days, but still silver. It's looking very intriguing. North Star here with gold, a major. This is I will only speak about this chart for like a minute max, but you should go in and check what's happening here on this chart. This is, from a gold investor, the most important chart ever. This is gold, the DXY divided by gold. Again, you get similar things if you look at the DXY against inflation, but still it's a bit different. You can see here clearly that now the DXY is breaking down against gold. And again here, that is also what happened in 2003. You had that mega sideways action breakdown, and gold just rocketed for like 10 straight years. We could be on the verge of a move again here from 2024 into, you know, 2030 plus a few years maybe, where gold really takes off against the USD. Last time, or the DXY in this case, obviously, last time we went from 0.24 all the way down to 0.04. So that is an 80, if my math is correct, an 80% drop. I know that's even more. That's way more. It doesn't matter. It's just a massive drop here. And gold is in for, yeah, I'm bullish on gold. Gareth Soloway here. This is the epic negative RSI divergence developing on the MicroStrategy chart. By the way, MicroStrategy, I think, is up from the bottom. This doesn't go as far back, but I think the bottom, it's up 10x. That's a massive move. Seems like a short squeeze, but once that ends, watch out, a retrace to 1,400 or below is likely. So 1,400 is roughly around here. That pivot high and that low there, roughly 1,400s. But yeah, that is just a mega squeeze to the upside. Again, you can see all the gaps here and such. Looks like a lot of short covering going into these highs here. Epic, but again, 10x for a stock over like a year. I think that's amazing. Tavi here. Today's all setup reminds me of gold a few months ago, excuse me. Energy has shifted from a prominent narrative to one that is that has been largely neglected. Consequences: notice that the implied volatility in call options for oil and gas stocks is now near historical lows. The 85 BBL is an important technical level, and a breakout above it could signal a substantial shift in energy industry, potentially driving prices towards highs as 130. That's oil, by the way. Again, going back to if oil really is, I think silver, copper, and oil is, you know, probably breaking out of something pretty big here. And if oil goes from, let's say we're now at 80 roughly to like, let's call it 100 plus, 130 maybe, I would find it very difficult for uranium not to be a part of that energy surge. Again, I could be wrong, but then I think uranium will do very well, even though today was insanely bad. Last one here, TrendSpider. This is the similarities between Mara, the daily chart, and the Bitcoin top right now are pretty crazy, just food for thought. So you have the Bitcoin 2021 highs here with that tiny overcut there, or, you know, peak above and then just boom, all the way down. Same thing here again, more or less an identical chart. The top there, the lows, the bull trap all the way down, and then you have the hump there, and then you have the spike, and then you rolled over. So if this is correct, what you're probably going to see right now is that big bear flag going to form here within the next few months for Mara. Again, fractals. Again, there's also a big long-term fractal, Bitcoin, Amazon. You can check that out. The Amazon run up into the .com bubble, and Bitcoin is also like this, very correlated, and similarities are there for sure. That is all for me today on this recap, guys. Have a great evening, and if you have any comments, leave them below. It's just a pleasure to do these videos for you every single day, more or less. The feedback that I get is very warming, and I'm glad that you like what I post, even though today I did the midweek update for uranium. It was mostly negative, heavily negative, by the way. But thank you for looking at it anyways. You know, you have to take the good with the bad, you know. I do think mostly uranium is still good, but now we're definitely in for a bad dry spell. That is almost a given. Not a given, but high likely. Guys, have a great evening and see you tomorrow. Bye.